Welcome guys! Today we're gonna show you an awesome presentation on ecstasy, but we're not gonna make it boring. We're gonna try and make this as interactive and interesting as possible.
So let's begin our journey. Becky's ecstatic adventure. A true story.
Once upon a time, in a town far, far away, named Ordinaryville, there lived a girl named Rebecca Stevens. Becky was just an ordinary girl. She woke up late like an ordinary girl. She got dressed like an ordinary girl. And she went to ordinary school like an ordinary girl. She loved her health classes best like an ordinary girl.
Of course, this ordinary life she had all changed when Luke invited her to his party. Seemingly harmless, this was the start of her ecstatic adventure.
A true story.
All her friends were excited. Her best friend Nussy had bought them new dresses to wear. How Cinderella-like.
Okay, let's get on to the night of the party. The girls got dressed looking beautiful and more than ordinary. They looked extraordinary.
Now let's skip to the actual party. Luke's party was incredible and infamous for how out of hand they got.
1 hour into the party, and a strange, brooding, slightly good-looking stranger confronts ordinary Becky.
Do you want some hug drug? What was hug drug? Becky had no clue.
Pop question. What's another term for ecstasy? Is it A, E, B, Eckies, C, X, D, eggs, E, all of the above?
The answer is E! Ecstasy is also known as love drug, E, Eckies, X, Eckie, MDMA, XTC, Bickies, Flippers, Egg, and Disco Biscuits.
The pills come in different colors and sizes and are often imprinted with a picture, cartoons, symbol, graphic designs, or commercial logos.
Ecstasy is usually taken orally in pill, tablet, or capsule form. It may also come in powder or liquid form. Taking more than one at a time is called bumping.
What's this? Becky asked her friend Nussy.
Luckily, Nussy had been paying attention in health the day the amazing teacher had spoken about drug use and knew immediately it was ecstasy.
It's ecstasy, an illegal synthetic drug that is both a nervous system stimulant and a hallucinogen. It is commonly used as a mood enhancer at parties and nightclubs.
Pop question 2. Where is ecstasy made? A. Generally in illegal laboratories. B. In your shed. C. Anywhere shady and punchbowl. The answer was A.
Becky was unsure what this hallucinogen really did. Suddenly, she heard a voice in her head. When we are stressed or under threat, the central nervous system readies us for physical action by creating particular physiological changes. These may include the release of adrenaline and other stress hormones. As a nervous system stimulant, ecstasy works by prompting the brain to initiate this fight or flight response, and the user feels refreshed by a burst of energy. Ecstasy's hallucinogenic properties distort the user's experience of reality by triggering hallucinations of both sight and sound.
Ecstasy is renowned for the feelings of peace and love it invokes. This could be caused by an elevation in particular brain chemicals or neurotransmitters, such as serotonin and dopamine.
Pop question 3. What's the duration of the effects of ecstasy? A. Begin around an hour after taking the drug and might last for up to 32 hours. B. Start at 15 hours and can last for days. C. It is one of the most unsolved mysteries of the universe. Whoever said A was correct.
Becky didn't realize she had just met her drug specialist fairy godmothers. How rad was that?
Becky wasn't so sure she wanted to try out this drug anymore, but she wanted to do something unordinary in Ordinaryville that night.
Ecstasy is really dangerous and has a number of short and long-term effects, informed Sally, one of the godmothers.
Becky was still unclear about this. Like what? She asked.
Short-term effects include impaired judgment, a false sense of affection where you can even find ugly Pete attractive, confusion, depression, sleep problems, severe anxiety, paranoia, drug cravings, muscle tension, faintness, chills or swelling, involuntary teeth clenching, and blurred vision.
Pop question 4. What's one more side effect? A. Temporary amnesia. B. Increased sensibility. C. Nausea. D. A sudden obsession with Skrillex music. That's right, it's C.
Wow, those effects seem mostly terrible, but at least it won't affect me in the long run, Becky thought to herself.
You're wrong, Becky, said Anna, the other godmother. Long-term effects of ecstasy are quite severe.
This can include long-lasting brain damage affecting thoughts and memory, damage to portions of the brain that regulate critical functions such as learning. I mean, imagine never being able to learn again. Degenerated nerve branches and nerve endings, depression, anxiety, hemorrhaging, which is when blood escapes from ruptured vessels, psychosis, cardiovascular collapse, convulsions, dehydration, which can lead to liver and kidney failure. Also, you can have disturbing emotional reactions, confusions, sleep problems, drug craving, heart palpitations, and it can deplete the amount of serotonin in the brain and block the uptake of serotonin.
What's the last long-term effect? A. Insomnia. B. Severe and chronic hangover. C. Extended periods of heightened senses. D. Death. That might have been a bit tricky, but it's D. Yep, ecstasy can in some cases lead to death. In fact, more than 100 young Australians died after taking the recreational drug ecstasy in the 8 years to 2008.
Do you want some? The shady guy asked again. Becky was unsure. Her fairy godmothers made great points, but what if she just took a small amount? Just for the night. She wasn't necessarily going to get addicted, was she? She just wanted to get into the party spirit.
You can't do it, Becky, Nussy warned her. What a good friend she was.
It's not like it's illegal or something, Becky chimed.
Actually, it is, said the mysterious drug dealer.
In Ordinaryville, which is somewhere in Australia, ecstasy is illegal for everyone under Australian and South Australian laws. It is illegal to use and possess ecstasy. In New South Wales, if you are found guilty of possessing or using ecstasy, you could get a fine of up to $5,000 and or other penalties including community service, work or a term in prison of up to 2 years. It is also illegal to manufacture, import or sell it. And if you're found out to be doing so, the penalties are much more severe. The severity of the penalty depends on the amount of ecstasy, if it was being sold, and if you have prior convictions. You will also receive a criminal record, and this makes it hard to get a job, a credit card or a visa to travel to other countries. And don't think you don't count because you're a minor. These laws apply to both adults and young people aged 10 to 18. But the penalties are softened a bit. Changes to the Young Offenders Act 1997 now allow the police to divert young people aged between 10 and 18 from the courts for minor drug offences, including the possession of up to 0.25 of a gram of ecstasy. Police can now deal with these issues through formal warnings, cautions or youth justice conferences, though the way the issue is dealt with by the police will depend on the young person.